How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you another absolute banger of a platinum. Today, we've got another one from GG Mux called Reflex Master Sight, and you're looking at $2 on the PlayStation Store with all 8 major region stacks. Have you ever done the reaction time test where someone holds a ruler out, drops it, and you have to grab onto it with 2 fingers as quickly as possible to figure out how good your hand-eye coordination and reaction times are? Well, this is basically that, but instead of a ruler, it's a timer on screen and your thumb hitting the X button, and that's basically the whole game, so don't expect anything super complicated here. You're given 5 chances. If you press it before the timer starts, you'll get an automatic 1 second for that round, and at the end of 5 rounds, you get a cumulative total that determines your overall score. Trophy-wise, you've got 20 total, 2 bronze, 10 silver, 7 gold, and the platinum, and you've got a few goals here, though the vast majority of the trophies are going to unlock while you try to get a score in each of the 5 ranks listed. Aside from that, you're going to have to hit triangle to do a quick restart 5 times, and click twice before the timer is up in a single game, both of which you can grind out whenever. How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing another absolute banger of a platinum. Today, we've got another one from Sen called Pixicharm Kickabit, and you're looking at only $1 on the PlayStation Store with only 2 stacks, 1 worldwide stack each for PS4 and PS5. This is a little arcadey game where you're trying to run your way up a soccer pitch collecting, well, honestly, I still can't figure out what it is you're actually collecting. Some kind of blue and yellow mushroom thing, maybe? I don't know. And when you get to the end of the pitch, you make a number of kicks into the goal for extra points. Once you finish making those kicks, you'll move on to the next level, and that's basically your entire gameplay loop. Trophy-wise, you've got 16 total, 5 silver, 10 gold, and the platinum, and you've essentially only got 1 goal here to finish 12 levels of the game with an added trophy for scoring a goal that you're bound to unlock along the way. There really isn't a whole lot to this one. You're just running up the soccer pitch. You'll lose points if you run into one of the red players, though I don't think you can actually game over given how many points you actually earn. So just keep grinding through the levels and you'll get it done eventually. How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you another absolute banger of a platinum. Today, we've got another one from Brine Media called Trash is Fun, and you're looking at $5 cross-buy on the PlayStation Store with only 2 stacks, 1 worldwide stack each for PS4 and PS5. This is a party game similar to Overcooked, so if you've played that, you've got an idea of what you're in for here, but instead of cooking food, you're recycling trash to help save the planet. This was actually developed by a group of teenagers aged 13 to 16, so it's good to know the next generation has that in mind. Your main goal here is going to be to take trash from the conveyor belt, plus other things like chemicals from bins nearby, load them onto the conveyor belt with an arrow pointing to it, and when the bar with the button under it turns green, you can head over to press the button, grab what comes out of it, and depending on the level, you'll either feed it into the oxygen generator or into the next stage of the recycling process. While that's going on, you're going to have zombies trying to break in to destroy the oxygen generator, which your turret is going to do a pretty good job of handling on its own in the first 2 levels. Trophy-wise, you've got 16 total, 5 silver, 10 gold, and the platinum, and you've essentially only got 3 goals here to recycle 50 things in the first 2 levels and to kill 100 zombies. As far as the zombies go, don't worry about getting that in story mode. Only kills from your flamethrower seem to count, so your turrets are going to steal all your kills in the story mode levels. For the first level, you're dragging paper and plastic from the conveyor belt to 2 other belts. The top one has the yellow taped paper marked on the left bar and the red on the right, and the lower belt has the green plastic marked on the left and blue on the right, so as you add 5 of each of those, the bar will turn green and you'll be able to recycle them to add towards the trophy. You'll have to do 10 total between each of those for the trophy to pop, though all the trophies are cumulative, so you can take as many tries as you need to grind them out. For the second level, you're going to have to add 1 jug of chemicals from the container to the right, then 5 paper from the container above the belt. You'll have to do this 10 times for the last trophy to pop. As far as the zombie kills trophies go, head into the zombie mode for the first level and just kind of hang out until the turret dies. Square is your flamethrower, so just start spraying down any zombies that get into the base, and it'll pop after 100 kills. Don't even bother looking at the counter in the bottom left, as it includes turret kills, which won't count for the trophies. How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you another absolute banger of a platinum. Today we've got another one from T Games called The Jumping Apple, and you're looking at $2.50 cross-buy on the PlayStation Store with all 8 major region stacks. This does have auto pop, so once you finish the platinum on PS4, you can head into the PS5 version and get yourself a second platinum immediately. This is a little arcadey game where you're trying to jump your apple from one wall to the other, making sure you bounce off the same colored part of the wall as your apple. Every time you manage to do that, you'll get points, and if you bounce off a part of the wall that's a different color or hit the spikes at the top or bottom, your apple will pop and you'll have to restart. That's the idea anyway, but this is another one of their releases with the very easy difficulty option that you can turn on, so you're only going to have to bounce off the wall once to get enough points for the platinum. Trophy-wise, you've got 71 total, 70 bronze and the platinum, and you've essentially only got one goal here to head into the options menu to turn the difficulty to very easy, then start the game and bounce successfully off one of the walls with the correct color one single time. You only need 2,100 points to get the platinum. You're going to get 10,000 for the first bounce you do, so yeah, that's about it for how to get this one. How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing another absolute banger of a platinum. Today we've got another one from Sen called Pixicharm Fit Frog's Feast, and you're looking at only $1 on the PlayStation Store with only 2 stacks, one worldwide stack each for PS4 and PS5. This is a little arcadey game where you're trying to collect a number of fruit that are falling from the top of the screen, trying to avoid as many falling blades as possible. It doesn't actually matter if you get hit by some blades, as there's no way to get a game over, so just grab as many fruit as you can. As you get further into the levels, you'll have more and more fruit to grab before moving on to the next level, but the basic gameplay is going to stay the same throughout. Trophy-wise, you've got 16 total, 5 silver, 10 gold, and the platinum, and you've essentially only got one goal here to finish 15 levels in the game. There really isn't a whole lot to this one, you're just running back and forth at the bottom of the screen collecting the fruit. You'll lose points if you run into one of the blades, but even getting hit with 0 points won't give you a game over, so just keep grinding through the levels and you'll get it done eventually. How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you another absolute banger of a platinum. Today we've got another one from Sen called Pixicharm Shurikoo Sprint, and you're looking at only $1 on the PlayStation Store with only 2 stacks, one worldwide stack each for PS4 and PS5. This is a little arcadey auto runner where you're running down a track, jumping over spikes with X, and throwing shurikens at monsters coming at you from the right side of the screen by holding down square. You've got 5 hearts to work with that you can get back by picking up hearts dropped by monsters, and you will get a game over if you lose all of them. As you progress further into the levels, you'll have more monsters to take out per level, starting at 20 in level 1 and getting to 40 by level 15. Trophy-wise, you've got 16 total, 5 silver, 10 gold, and the platinum, and you've essentially only got one goal here to get through all 15 levels of the game. Like I said earlier, you can actually get a game over in this Pixicharm release, so not dying and taking as little damage as possible should be your main focus, though it isn't a difficult game by any means.